Hello, this is going to be collective for the new moon on the 19th. New moon's pretty important after that eclipse energy on the 5th, which was the full moon, flower moon, in Scorpio. Hopefully this will be quick. A lot of intuitive feels, okay? That full moon brought out a lot of this pre-shadow and post-shadow. So you guys know I've already explained this several times, but for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, you have the full moon and there is a 7-day that I go by, right? So the full moon's there, and right there, 3 days prior to the full moon is the pre-shadow, and 3 days after the full moon is the post-shadow, is what I go by, okay? So it's a 7-day period. Things go in sevens, especially in a 7-year, but it's just always been that regardless of being in a 7-number harmonic year of 2023, okay? So whatever intuitive downloads, uploads, whatever you want to call them, right? Insight, nudges, this and that. And these were things not really that you spoke too much about publicly at all, really. Just to yourself, things that came to you that were once shoved down, because Scorpio is the 8th house, okay, of transformation, death, rebirth. Those things did come to light quite a bit with your just personal self, right? You could see it in other people too, but most anybody in a high vibe is more focused on themselves than others, right? Unless they are collectively assisting, you know, in some sort of way. But the focus is with self first before you can assist anyone. Okay, whoa. Okay, so I don't feel like I need to shuffle here. I feel like I'm in a very good state here. This is gonna deal with practicality, the new moon. New moons, a lot of people say you can clear on new moons, or you can manifest, or you can start something new, this and that. I don't care. It's whatever is unique to you. Everybody's birth chart is unique, okay? One of the biggest indicators for those of you that are into the lunar phases is looking at your moon sign, looking at what house your moon is in, okay? Those are the stepping stones of where to start for those who are interested in researching it for yourself, okay? That requires keeping a diary of journal of this. I kept one, I still keep one, but I kept one religiously, not just on myself, but on patients of mine that were very close to me that would tell me their whole life story, because I knew their birthdays. And it was all private, never put their name in it, not a HIPAA violation, okay? It was just me to understand astrology more factual than what you read, okay? By somebody trying to sell a book, okay? Practical. So from that full moon, this new moon, it's more like the practicality of all that in one, the coming together of it. And it is the 19th, so it's the transition of conclusion of Taurus season into Gemini. Gemini really starts transitioning around the 21st-ish, okay? Like, you can feel this shift, okay? Because a lot of thought form will take over practicality. It's the meshing of practicality and thought form when you're switching from Taurus to Gemini. Taurus is a fixed earth sign. Gemini is a mutable air sign, okay? So what I feel like here for the collective, a group, okay, that's really done the work here on self in this and reflected, okay? Because it was a big deal going through all that with that full moon. Things have like been swiped, okay? Like, what I mean by that is, yeah, the event still, you know what happened, you still have a memory of it, but the emotion that is connected to that event that held you back a lot in your own mind and your own action was a swiping because of an understanding. Okay, when you understand things, right, when you have a really true understanding of things, they don't affect you as much emotionally and psychologically. Okay, so therefore they won't affect you physically, financially, tangibly, practically. Okay, because you're not in a state of stagnancy because of the emotion and the psychosis that goes along with it, right, of the human condition. So the new moon, I feel as though a lot of people's perspective is completely evolving. Okay, not that it's not always, but this is huge, right? It's like a new format. It's like a new computer program, or it's like a, you know, when you like clear any electronic and it runs better, it's quicker, you know, it doesn't lag, that. So your perspective on things are not going to lag. You're not going to have to, if you were somebody who did this, and you never had to do this anyway, but you're not going to be asking outside opinion as much as you used to, because that full moon in Scorpio was really about going within, okay, and having more of an understanding. So that swiping of the emotional tie that goes along with the mental thought and then the physical response to situations that were very difficult for many of you to let go of. Oh man. I say the best advice during this new moon is like have patience, because what you do with others, you automatically mirror. Okay, so having patience with those around you that you find, and I'm so guilty of this all the time, okay, but there's a reason for it. Okay, so those around you that you find to be highly annoying and purposeless sometimes, okay, they actually serve a higher purpose if you listen to them in the background, okay? And it's really because those are the types of people, like the purpose is that they would be assistance to you with things that nobody else would want to do, okay? And so it's like that judgment when you see, and this is just so wrong, but I'm just gonna say it, okay? That judgment when you see like a 40-year-old asking, you know, somebody if they want fries with it at McDonald's, and they're perfectly like cool with that. Or somebody, like I just met this person, well, I've known the person forever, but I met like their soul in a way. This gas station I always go to, this guy, he's like so like just kind of mute, this and that, just like he hates his job and stuff. And I'm always going in there, you know, in scrubs when I get off work and this and that. And he told me, he's like, man, he goes, you look just like so much crap when you come in here after work versus before you go to work. And I was like, thanks, great, you know. Well, he had told me that he went to nursing school, okay? First it was military nursing stuff, then went and got his RN when he got out of the military, this and that. And he did it for 10 years, and he was the most miserable in his life. And he's been at this gas station for 8 years. He could manage the gas station if he wanted to. He's been there so long, but he doesn't want that responsibility. So some people would look at that guy not knowing any of that and think, oh, you know, what a, you know, purposeless, you know, whatever. No, there is purpose, okay? Because just my little personal thing, he brought it to my attention. Yeah, I am completely drained when I get off work sometimes, more than others. And you know why? It's because before I went in, and you know, I don't know if you guys know, but medical is pretty freaking draining. You know, you're taking care of people that are in a very low vibration, okay? and you listen to the same thing from them over and over and over. And I'm talking serious negative Nancy's. And then some of them are just the most high vibe patients you'll ever have, you know, and like nothing bothers them. But there's in-betweeners, right? So those days that I really know, and I realize that, like, you know, I look like crap and I feel like crap and I'm drained no matter how much sleep I received and this and that, was the days that I didn't shield myself and I forgot to throughout the day when I was lowered by certain, you know, interactions. Okay. So keep that in mind. Like everybody serves a purpose to bring something to your attention, as well as those who you think are super annoying and purposeless. Those are the people that'll do certain things that nobody else wants to do. Okay? And be totally, like, not in love with it, but like really content with it. Like, that guy doesn't want to be manager. He doesn't want to go back to medical. And he worked at all different types of medical. Okay? Making bank, specialization medical stuff. Okay? So no dummy, right? So, but see, I'm getting on a rant and I don't want to do that. So there's that. So have patience with your perspective. Just have patience with those that you typically would be annoyed by. Not that I was annoyed by this gas station clerk, okay? I was never annoyed. I just, he's just really strange energy and stuff, and would, like, say some things, and I was like, I don't know, it reminded me of, like, Eeyore, you know, in Winnie the Pooh. You ever ask him how he's doing? Well, I'm fine. Like, that type, you know, that personality type thing. But there's a whole story, you know, this and that. Back at the ranch here. So, patience. Anybody manifesting anything, you know, that, I'm not talking brand new because you've always had the feeling, the thought form, this and that, right? But anybody that's doing any sort of manifestation, I believe is Taurus new moon, which is earth, right? Practical, which is the fixed sign. Okay. Let's say you're manifesting a business idea or something, no matter how big or small, or maybe you're manifesting a workout routine, okay, that works for you, not against you, right? Maybe you're manifesting, it's anything to do with practical, right? Which is health. It's really health related too. Practical, like eating habits, okay? Like, what am I gonna eat Monday through Friday? What portions, you know? And if I don't have time to cook every single day these meals fresh, then let's go ahead and do it one day a week. You know, you prep everything, this and that, and put it into containers so everything's organized, so that when I am super tired and drained, it's right there in the fridge. All I gotta do is a like 10-minute cook time or whatever, right? That's Taurus energy when it comes to diet and exercise, this and that, right? And then after, if I eat something, if I eat like the whole freaking plate of something and it had a lot of this and that in it that's not good for my body type or whatever, right? Depending on who you are, I'm gonna go and take the dog out for a walk. Okay? If you don't have a dog, take yourself out. Imagine you have a dog. Okay? Those things, okay, are good. I'm also feeling like somebody, and this is a thing for a lot of people, because we get distracted so often. Our mind and our energy gets pulled in so many directions we don't realize it. We have a thought form, this and that, and then we're like, oh wait, I forgot what I was doing, you know, because of all these distractions and stuff like that. You can manifest mindfulness, clear thought form on this moon, okay? Because that's practical. Anything practical, tangible, okay? And whatever helps you to clear your mind, okay? In a practical way, right? Like, it wouldn't be practical to say, well, meditation helps me clear my mind, but it takes me about an hour to really get into it and feel really good. And I have like 5 kids and I gotta take one of them to soccer. No, then that's not practical to clear your mind. You're gonna have to come up with something better, more practical for you to clear your mind. It could be as simple as the deep breathing techniques, okay? All right. So patience in what you wish to sustain, okay? That's, you know, really going to be beneficial for you for the rest of this year, plus, you know, the rest of your life, because Taurus is about habit forming, practical, you know, grounded habit, right? That assists you to sustain a healthy lifestyle / balance, work, home life balance, okay? Personal time balance, so that you don't get lost in the sauce, really, of distraction. If you guys know true blue Tauruses, it doesn't matter if their sun sign is not Taurus. They could have a Taurus moon and a Taurus Mars, or just, you know, it could be somewhere at a certain degree in their chart that was really prominent, okay? You will notice about those people, they are highly stubborn when it comes to their bubble of practicality. They have a low tolerance for people who are not logical when it comes to anything, really, especially time management. They're just like, okay, wasted my time type thing. But they won't make the person feel that way, okay? Also, they do not budge on things. When they find that something works for them, they stick with it until it stops working. So when you partner, whether this be co-worker, relationship, or romantic, you gotta know that true blue Taurus is not going to budge at all if they're stable and grounded and they found something practical that works for them, to where they can balance and juggle things in a practical way without one plate fallen, okay? It's very difficult to change their mind on their pattern routine, and you shouldn't want to change anybody's if it's working for them. You should accept people how they are, okay? Because you don't want somebody coming in and doing that to you, right? Didn't know this was gonna get that long. Okay. Yeah, new moon manifestations, this and that, what you want to bring more of into your life. I find writing to be pretty magical, okay? I'm not just talking about affirmations and this and that. I'm talking about, like, more than that. I'm not going to tell you what I do. But, practically reminding yourself of your goal list, okay? This could be a vision board / image board. This could be sticky notes on your mirror when you wake up in the morning, brush your teeth, okay? Those types of things. Can be reminders on your cell phone, okay? Those of you that are forgetting these things, I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but seems like you have more of an issue self-focusing, right? You're surrounded by people all the time, probably highly bubbly, this and that. People really like your energy, this and that, and people are always pulling you in a lot of directions, right? But you forget about your own direction a lot, you know? So have a day of the week where you're just with yourself. That's your time, okay? Anybody who is still doing that thing where you're talking on the phone for like 2 to 3 hours every day with a friend or something like that, and like you feel as though like they need your help, like that nothing is building upon that, it's just like a pity party or like a trauma fest of like the past and stuff. That needs to be cleared before you even get to this point, okay? There is steps in this, and you can't just like skip. That's what Taurus teaches you too. The energy of Taurus is you can't just skip around, right? You hold steady. You have a large weight for a reason, and when you learn how to use your own weight, you don't get trampeded on by other people, and you steadily move forward. When everybody's going crazy around you and at you, you're focused and you're putting one foot in front of the other amidst chaos. And if they really tick you off enough, that's their problem, because you being grounded and steady and practical, you hold more weight than them. And, you know, when bulls get mad, they get mad, okay? They do. Like, and it's, you can't even predict it, okay? And they'll just like totally cut you off, just like an Aries will. With the Aries, will just let you kind of be. They'll still allow you to like talk to them and stuff, but when an Aries stops trying to understand you and like, I wouldn't call it arguing, but trying to understand you in a conversation of why type thing, when they stop that and they stop going back and forth and just letting you do whatever and then not talking to you much, Aries is done. Like when an Aries ghosts, it's not really ghosting. It's like the Aries just has no interest anymore, okay? Because something, and it takes them a long time to get to that point. People think we're impatient. We're not impatient. We're actually really patient. We consider everybody else before ourselves, okay? It's a childlike thing. And sometimes we make it up in our mind, because we rule the mind, that, oh, well, maybe they have that going on. This, we give people excuses like nobody's business, because we've made so many mistakes in our life, okay? So there's that. That's all I have. I don't want to get too much into that. But yeah, it's things that you want to start, okay, that are practical. Perfect time, the 19th, okay? Perfect time. And it's like, you know, going from 1 to 9, right? Each number, each digit between 1 to 9, that's the number system, okay? That's why 0 point is so important, that I think a lot of people reached on that full moon. The 0 is all encompassing of all numbers, okay? Perfect and infinite. You know, that energy is very peaceful, and it's in everything before crap messes it up, okay? All right, that's all I have.